Okay, this example is one of the examples in the topic seismic design and detailing. In here, we have a column cross-section with reinforcement detail, both the longitudinal and transverse reinforcement, as well as the yield strength of these bars and their sizes. All right. Also given is the compressive strength of the concrete. So with this condition, in letter A, we are asked of the spacing of confinement reinforcement. That is the transverse reinforcement. Okay. It is the transverse reinforcement that confine the concrete core in this column cross section. All right. To satisfy the requirement of item A, we have to go to the provision of the NSCP 2015 dealing with this, the spacing of transverse reinforcement. And we can find it here in section 418.7.5.3, right? In this criteria from A to C, we are to get the smallest of the value obtained from here. In letter A, the spacing is 140 minimum column dimension. The second criterion to determine the spacing is to get the product of 6 and that of the smallest longitudinal bar diameter, right? We then have the transverse spacing as based from the first criterion, 1/4 of the least column dimension. So we have in here 175 mm. The second criterion is about multiplying 6 with the least longitudinal bar diameter, which in this case we only have one diameter, which is 32 mm. 6 times 32. This is 192 mm. And the last criterion needs solving S sub O, which is equal to 100 plus 350 minus HX divided by 3. Okay? And that we have to remember that whatever value computed in SO, it should not be greater or it should not exceed 150 mm, and it should not be less than 100 mm. Okay? So for instance, we got a value greater than 150, then we have to take the maximum value, which is 150. On the other hand, if we got a value that is less than 100, then we have to take the value 100 mm, right? However, there had been latest commentary about the definition of HX. This is based on ACI commentary. It says in here that the term HX used in a certain equation 18.7.5.3 is taken as the largest value of x sub I, right? And that x sub I will be computed no longer from the edges or center line of the transverse reinforcement, but this time it should be computed center to center distance between longitudinal bars, as can be seen from this figure. This will be our reference. Okay, this is a figure from the ACI commentary, right? Also in here, a statement is specifically provided for, saying that in the 2014 edition of the code, ACI code, HX refers to the distance between longitudinal bars supported by those hoops or cross ties as referred in this figure, right? So we have to determine x sub I based on this figure, and we have to take the largest value of x sub I. Largest for the reason that if we'll have the largest value of hx or x sub I, we will yield, or we will result with a lesser value for S sub O. Okay, so now solving for x sub I. Okay, so we have this. So we have 1000 minus 140, okay, divided by, so 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 4 spaces. So this is equal to 215 mm, which is basically the same here, right? How about in the other direction? So that will be equal to 700 minus 70 minus 70. Okay, that will give us 560 divided by how many spaces? 1, 2, 3 divided by 3. So this is equal to 186.67. Obviously 215 is greater than 186, so we'll use 215 as hx. Okay, okay, 350 minus 215 divided by 3 plus 100. This is equal to 145 mm. Okay. Anyway, just for comparison, let us say we use 186.67 as our hx. We'll see what we got. So 350 minus that 186.67 divided by 3 plus 100. We'll get a value of 154.44, which is greater than 145, right? So in these three values, it says in here that we have to get the smallest of the value. Okay, so we'll get 145 mm. Okay, this is the maximum spacing, and so far the actual spacing of the confinement reinforcement or the transverse reinforcement is 110. Okay, so 110 is less than 145, so it's safe to say that we have a good spacing between transverse reinforcement, right? In letter B, we are asked of the minimum cross-sectional area of confinement reinforcement parallel to short direction. Okay, so it is parallel to the 700 mm dimension. Okay, to satisfy what is required in letter B, we have to go in the NSCP 2015 provision dealing with this, and it can be found in section 418.7.5.4. It says in here that the amount of transverse reinforcement shall be in accordance with table 418.7.5.4. Okay, and this is that table. We'll be focusing on the first row, since this deals with rectilinear hoop, as in the case in our example. Okay, also have to note that Fc prime is equal to 21 megapascal, which is way less than 70 megapascal. Hence, the applicable expression, okay, for the minimum confinement reinforcement will be whichever is greater between this expression in A and B, right? So whichever is the greater here in A and B will be the minimum ASH, or the minimum transverse reinforcement, right? Okay, so we have ASH minimum divided by the spacing multiplied by B sub C equal to 0.3 times the quantity A sub G A CH minus 1, okay, or ASH minimum divided by S PC equal to 0.09 Fc prime FYT. Okay, the yield strength of the transverse reinforcement. Multiply this quantity with Fc prime divided by FYT. Okay, A sub G is the gross area of the column. A sub CH, this is the cross-sectional area of a member measured to the outside edges of transverse reinforcement. Okay, measured from the outside edges of transverse reinforcement. Okay, that is A sub CH. Okay, and that B sub C, it says in the commentary, ACI commentary, that for each direction, B sub C is the core dimension perpendicular to the tie legs that constitute A sub SH. Okay, so it will be the perpendicular BC that we are to consider corresponding to A sub SH. Okay, so if we're considering in letter B the direction parallel to the short direction, okay, here our BC will be perpendicular to this, okay, which is this. Okay. BC. BC. So it will be ASH minimum divided by 110 mm multiplied by BC, which in this case is equal to 1000 minus 140. Okay, it says in here that BC is measured center to center of longitudinal bars, right? So we have 1000 minus 70 minus 70. Okay, that is equal to 860. mm equal to 0.3 multiplied by 700 times 1000 divided by A sub CH, in which, as defined, A sub CH is the area of the concrete core measured from outside of the transverse reinforcement. Okay, so that would be 860 plus 16 plus 16, because the longitudinal diameter is 32 mm. Okay, and BC is center to center of the longitudinal bars, and so we have to add 16 and another 16, considering both sides of these longitudinal bars. Okay, also we have to add another 16 and 16 to constitute for the distance, which is the diameter of the transverse reinforcement as given in the problem. So in here we have 924 mm. And in the short direction, it will be 700 minus 140. That is 70 and 70. Okay, plus 16 plus 16, constituting the distance from the center of this longitudinal bar as well as this longitudinal bar, plus another 16 and 16 for the distance covered by the diameter of both this transverse reinforcement. Okay, so that is 624 mm. So we have in here as our A sub CH 624 by 924 minus 1 multiplied by 21 divided by 275. This will give us 463.92. mm squared. Whereas here, in the second criterion, we have ASH minimum divided by 110 by PC, which is 860. 0.09 21 275. This will give us 650.16 mm squared. It is the greater between the two, which will become our reference for minimum. Okay, we are to compare this value to the actual, to the provided transverse reinforcement, which is ASH provided equal to pi divided by 4, 16 multiplied by, there are how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So we have 1005.31 mm squared as the area of the transverse reinforcement provided. Okay, so this area is greater than the minimum, and so we say we have adequate transverse reinforcement in that direction only. Okay, we still have to determine the adequacy of transverse reinforcement provided in the other direction, which is the long direction, parallel to the long direction. Similarly, to satisfy the requirement in item C, which is the cross-sectional area of confinement reinforcement parallel to the long direction. Okay, this is the direction parallel to the long direction. Okay, so we write the formula as equal to this divided by S, which is 110 PC. If we are considering this direction, the corresponding BC to be considered will be perpendicular to this, okay, which is this direction, okay, this distance rather, and that is equal to this horizontal distance. So it is simply 700 minus 70 minus 70. So 560 equal to 0.3. Okay, 700 times 1000, that's the gross area. Okay, divided by 924 and 624. 924, 624 minus 1, FC prime as 21 divided by 275 as FYT. This is equal to, okay, this is 302.09. mm squared. By the way, this is our 560 mm. The other criterion is involving this equation. We have in here 0.09 21 divided by 275, and ASH will be divided to 110 multiplied by 560. We'll get a value of 423.36 mm squared. It is 423 that is greater between the two values, which will be compared with the provided transverse reinforcement area. This is equal to the area of the reinforcement in this direction. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 16, 4. It's equal to 804.25 mm squared, which is greater than 423. Hence we say that the transverse reinforcement in the direction which is parallel to the long direction is adequate also. Okay.